We are back. The Breakdown Boys, Wade Sensei.
Ooh, so we are back.
Sensei, have you ever tried this flavor of Gatorade?
I have. It looks...
it's lime, cucumber, pepino, limon.
Oh, the cucumber one. Yeah, a little weird.
Lime and cucumber, not the greatest combination. What's your favorite flavor of Gatorade? Don't hit me with some crazy shit, by the way. This is some craziness.
No, the frost, the ice, the blue, but the light blue.
Oh, okay, I got you. I don't think it's called frost, but I know you're in the holiday spirit.
Bro, look it up. It's not called frost.
There's no way it's called frost. One word, frost.
Frost ice or something.
I think it's called ice something. You're right. Mine is orange or yellow. See, I don't know the flavors. I just call them the colors. But today, Sensei, I don't even know how to really react to this, but a really, really respectable thing, but also kind of a sad thing is happening in the YouTube scene. Jidion is leaving YouTube.
Oh, yes, the Jidion situation.
Yeah. We are massive fans of Jidion over here on the Breakdown. We have championed him for a long time. I thought he was one of the most interesting and just, I don't know, best creators in the scene for a very, short but consistent time frame. Like, he was all over the place. You saw him at NBA games getting a haircut. You saw him,
bro, everywhere. That's right.
DeMarcus Cousins was revived, essentially. His name brought back to prominence in the NBA because of this guy.
That's wild.
Tyrone, you know what I mean? The running Tyrone character. Mm-hmm. There was just so many things this guy did, and he got all over the internet.
I met him at a house one time. Really random.
You met him?
I was in a house with PJ.
Yeah.
With Overflow.
Yeah.
And we were in Vegas. I forget what we were doing. And then, out of nowhere, Tyrone just walks in.
There he is.
I was like, what? This is like, what this, being an influencer is weird sometimes. You just end up in weird places.
You just find people, man. But
yeah. Shout out Tyrone.
Shout out Tyrone. And today is, like I said, it's a bittersweet moment. And we're going to watch this video. It's titled, Why I Deleted All My Videos from Jidion, a 7.8 million subscriber channel. So,
wow. He
found a different purpose in his life. Obviously, he's a religious guy and has turned toward religion.
I thought it was fake at first. When I first heard about it, I was like, is this a...
Nah, bro. Knowing like these Southern guys...
Is this a prank video or what are we saying?
I can understand it. I come from the Bible Belt. We'll talk about it, but I want to hear exactly why he's doing what he's doing and where he goes next. I'm super interested. So let's take a look here.
It's all gone.
Yo, so he straight up deleted all of his videos.
Dang.
I didn't even, because what you can do as a creator, for those that don't know, if you want to, we've seen people deleting all my videos. Those videos ain't deleted. They privated. You know what I'm saying? They unlisted, but they're still there, right? And this again, we don't know. We're going to get into what happened here, but this takes full commitment because you essentially just, if you're a creator, you just erase your entire catalog. You erase your entire work on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Years of work.
And still a moneymaker because when those videos are up, they're still catching views.
Still traffic behind that. And a guy like him.
Cash flow, gone.
Passive income. See ya. You know what I'm saying? A guy like him, that could be, I'm not trying to pocket watch or anything, but that could be tens of thousands of dollars a month. Not over a year, a month,
Right.
So that's full commitment, man. That's 6 seconds of the video. Wow.
This is all that's left. Let's go on the second channel.
Forgot he has like 3 channels, dude.
Oh, 2.9.
This is all that's left.
Yeah, 2.9. Nice. It's just a monster channel. All that's left are his.
Oh yeah.
His like I said, his Christian, his faith and the things he's pursuing in his life. That's it.
Channel. Nothing left.
God did.
Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? It's
I was like, I thought it was you who did that. I was so confused.
That was Fousey Tube's voice.
Oh, that was Fousey. God did. Oh, wow.
even while showing that he's no longer going to be, the same YouTuber, even on YouTube. I think I don't know if he's leaving the platform. I don't know what's happening. You could still see this guy's talent. Even just something, a little thing like that. To understand the timing of it, like he's one of the most talented YouTubers we've ever seen, man.
I scourge the earth of all Jidion content. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna be mad, bro. I mean, my DMs were, I had a lot of mean comments in my DMs about me just saying how I'm stopping making content. So the fact that I took away the content, I can only imagine how mad a lot of you guys would be. But
that's a point that I didn't even realize, man. Imagine not only you giving up something that I'm sure he really enjoyed doing while he was doing it.
Yeah, for himself.
For himself, but not only that, but now you have to deal with people that were fans, but also that's a part of them now, to them, right? They feel like that's a part of their life that you're taking away from them.
Confused,
hurt, upset, whatever
Right.
And it's selfish, it's selfish of people, but it's at the same time, some of those videos, we get people all the time talking about, oh man, your videos helped us so much. You
Right. There's that part of it where
that's
videos
them.
were valuable to people.
Yeah.
And that's being taken away too.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's tough, man. Tough to deal with. And again, he had to know that was going to come out of this as well. So again, the commitment level here is respectable, to say the least.
I would say the main thing that people have hit me with since I've given my life back to Christ is, why can't you follow Christ and make content? I mean, you're over here making millions upon millions of people happy. Isn't that of God? Isn't it a godly thing to put a smile on people's faces and to make them happy? And while bringing happiness to the world is of God, you can also bring happiness to the world through wickedness. You could bring happiness to the world by serving the devil, Not all happiness.
What do you think about that?
Listen, I think it's tough because people watching this can have their own opinion, right? The only opinion that matters is his. And
100%.
What people are saying is right? You can
absolutely do both. Absolutely. There's so many.
You can do both.
Christian rappers, Christian comedians, Christian movie stars, like YouTubers.
Right. And also, there's even people who are like, because then there's a whole, like when you talk about, I'm not going to go deep into the religion, but in most religions, there is even conflict about what you're allowed to do publicly.
Oh, 100%.
What you're allowed to do, what is okay and allowed in the religion, what's not allowed in the religion.
I know. Listen,
so
I don't mind going into it. There's people
but,
like, I grew up in the South, dude. I'm in the Bible Belt. Baptists, sit on your hands, clap when the choir's singing type back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I knew people that were out having a good time on Saturday night and in church on Sunday morning. And those people were considering themselves to be Christians because, you come to the altar and you repent for your sins there. Right. And I knew people like my family that are Orthodox Baptists.
Yeah.
That are not, you don't play around. There's no drinking. There's no cursing. There's no, you know what I'm saying? You're not doing any of that. You're by the book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there, like you said, there's different levels of what people consider to be fully immersed in the religion and living the way, like you said, living godly ways.
Right. What's the right way?
Yeah.
And the problem is there's
the ambiguity of it.
Right. There's confusion, whatever the word you just said. Okay. Okay. All right, dude. Had to go there. All right.
You've never heard the word ambiguity?
I have. I just haven't heard it in a long time. I don't know where. It's
Since
probably
the old days.
Commercial. It was an ad or something I heard, about a book.
Sorry.
About a Kindle or something, dude. I don't know.
Kindle's new product, ambiguity.
Okay, Mr. Webster Dictionary. Now.
Sorry. You go.
There's people will have a different opinion about what's right and what's wrong. What's the right way to follow the religion.
Right.
And, they're both right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? They have different viewpoints. So what matters is what he feels because he can't do it. He can't do what other people think.
And he can't do it if in his, like you said, to him, he's not living the way he's committed himself through this new walk with Christ to living. Like to Jidion, he probably thinks that these things are not contributing to him being the best Christian or whatever it is he's going to do outside of it. In fact, they're deteriorating from it, right?
Yeah, well, when if you're truly religious, like that becomes the
Number one.
focal point.
Number one.
Then what happens is people may look at this and go, how does he throw all that away? Because if you are someone who is truly religious, that is so significant to you.
Yeah.
Therefore, everything else, something like YouTube and personal finance, seems irrelevant. Almost. It just becomes so it becomes easy for him to make that decision.
This is from God. And I know for a fact, there's no Christian in their right mind that can make the case.
I don't know about the camera setup on this one.
Oh, it's a little wild. God damn.
He's out here just. I like the C switch, but I don't know about the camera set, dog. Man got wild horses on his shirt. Got him somewhere else too. You know what I mean? Watch out.
Let's look up the definition of the word prank, and then let's hop into the scriptures and see what God thinks about pranks. Because he actually did say some things about there. I didn't even know about them. Brother Josh showed me, but God did say some things about pranks. So this is from collinsdictionary.com.
I mean, it ain't Webster's. It ain't Webster's. Listen, it ain't Webster's dictionary. Don't let me get
Hold on, but I was waiting for him to name drop, and I'm like, damn, why you gotta throw Brother Josh under the bus? Now people are gonna come out.
Josh.
They're gonna come after Brother Josh.
Yeah,
like
you better keep Brother Josh off the channel, bro. I think Brother Josh has been on the channel on one of his videos.
Okay, because he said I was waiting for him to like say somebody, Cause
Yeah.
I wanted to see if that was the case, because he said, because like this prank thing he's about to explain.
Yep.
Where did this come from? Like someone probably brought it up to him.
Well, he just said I didn't know this until someone told me.
I didn't know this. So Brother Josh came
and he said, and he didn't. And this is the thing. Listen, again, we support.
Brother Josh got ops now.
Brother Josh got mad ops, dude. You told Jidion a prank was a what? Oh nah. Hold this prank, son. Whoopee cushion. You know what I mean? Like. But dude, the way that you're right though, the way Jidion said it though, he was like, I didn't even know this, but you know what the definition of a prank is? Not, hey, this is what was explained to me. Do you know what the definition? Because their point, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I get where he's going with it, but here we go.
Who deceives his neighbor and says, I was only joking. So Solomon is.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
All I can think about is Brother Josh.
Brother Josh is hitting him with some knowledge, son, sitting him down with that one. Say, oh, you thought your pranks were sweet? Yeah, so did the devil, son. So did Lucifer himself.
Oh, I'm just imagining people watching this being like, Brother Josh.
Oh, you thought it was just a prank, bro? Chill. Yeah, that's what Satan said.
And again, I think people will take this. Again, it doesn't really matter what your point of view of a prank is, because obviously we know that pranks can be lighthearted. The word prank can be like
some people perform pranks to get a smile. Like, for example,
right,
when you pranked me with Kenny and Daly. That wasn't done to like hurt me or be mischievous. It was done to make me laugh at the end.
And there are some pranks which are terrible, but the thing is, Jidion clearly feels, well, I'm assuming he's going to explain that his pranks were done with ill intent, because maybe what you might say is, like I did them for views, or I used somebody else's
That's where it's at.
experience for my own personal gain, which is like I used this prank for literally to prank you, to make a good time, and like we look back at that as a memorable thing. So before people like trying to help him out here, trying to help out Brother Josh, you know what I'm saying? Like
Brother Josh is,
any prank is of the devil. Like no,
Brother Josh is trying to
Jidion.
Is probably telling Jidion, because and listen, I don't know that Jidion probably already had this weighing on him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
To the point where he felt conflicted going back through and seeing some of this stuff. And if he was already feeling that way, Brother Josh or whoever is talking to him about this is right to be like, you know what, man, if you already feel like you were doing those things without the right intent or maybe misleading people, whatever it was, and you feel like you need to repent for that, or you feel like you want to get away from that and get closer to God, here's why you may be feeling that way. And he goes into the scripture with him, you know what I'm saying? And that's 100% viable. But of course, we live in 2023 where the jokes are going to come out, and that's fine. Like
facts.
It's just one of those things that, again, Jidion knew he was going to have to deal with when he made this stuff. But again, it's respectable that he's again sitting all this down and explaining it why he's doing what he's doing.
But the one thing I think that haunts me the most is one of my most popular pranks was whenever I snuck into the Gatorade HQ and I deceived the security guards and lied and said that I was working there and that I was part of a commercial team, And I got the prank done, got millions of views off of it. So many people giving me props. But what a lot of you guys don't know is 3 people lost their jobs because of me. Because I lied and was saying that I worked there, I got
Dang.
3 security officers fired.
And I told you, that right there
That's
is
messed
exactly
up,
what
man.
we thought, man, because we were like, so he did something that weighed on him heavy. And yeah, that's tough. And again, does it rationalize doing the prank in general? No. But the fact that that happened after the fact, like, I'm sure Jidion didn't go there and be like, man, I hope 3 people get fired. Of course not.
No, of course, but you
when
still
these
knew
things
that you were
happen,
doing
there's
something.
exactly, there's some sort of consequences going to come from it when it's
Yeah.
highlighted to the degree that it was for Jidion.
It's reckless.
It's reckless, and the
And you mess with people's lives. Real lives,
forethought isn't there to think, damn, how am I going to affect someone else?
Right.
So of course he feels bad for that one. And again, I respect the hell out of this for coming on camera and saying it. Like,
Yeah.
how many guys would have just buried that and been like, okay, I'm just leaving the internet. I have, for my own personal reasons.
This is what it is. Also, like, it's just part of the game, you know.
Yeah.
They would have chopped up to that.
That's how I made my bread and butter, is I just like to do mischief for fun. And when you actually look at the word prank, a similar or synonym word for it is mischief.
This is the thing I think that
Facts.
really cemented it for him. Right? When he went, okay, maybe I was doing those things a bit ignorant to what I was doing. Right? And that's when you don't really think about it and you can keep doing it. For example, if you live a certain way and that's normal to you, and you find out down the road, hey, you know, whatever it is that you're doing is actually not really cool. You know, it's affecting other people and you need to stop it. Whatever it is, you know. For me, I can give a little personal anecdote. I'm super selfish when it comes to my career, when it comes to me moving forward and getting out of a space where I feel like my parents and their parents before them weren't able to be financially and whatever else, you know, goals for my life.
Yep.
I finally, at some point, had to be sat down in my early 20s and that finally kind of woken up a little bit to the fact that, yeah, you can do those things, but you need to pay attention to other people around you and how it affects them when you are as selfish as you are and you aren't communicative and you do just take everything as if it's yours. And there's a lot of things that I had to grow up with.
Yeah.
And I've never, since those days or since the day I was told that, sat down by my father, I can't act that way around the people I love or the people closest to me anymore. I can't do it.
Right,
because
right.
it's the one thing that now that I know it, I'm
once
like,
once you wake up to it, it
And that's what he's
burns in your
doing.
mind. It burns, and you can't do that anymore.
yeah. And I think that's what did it for him, was someone pointing it out and being like, hey, man, or him thinking it, maybe feeling it, not trying to think about it, and then someone being like, hey, this is what it is. Him having to come to that realization.
checking you. Someone checking you, saying, listen, because you got a bunch of yes people around you.
Yep.
You know? Then someone finally says, listen, this ain't cool. And you're like, and then you actually accept it and you wake up to it.
Yeah.
You know, and you can embrace it.
Yeah.
The catalyst of me knowing that I was gonna have to stop doing pranks and eventually wipe as much as I could off the internet that I posted out there. In Ephesians chapter 5, starting at verse 3, Paul says, but sexual
I
immorality.
was like, well, what the? Time out.
There's got to be some meaning behind it, right? I don't know. At this point, to me, there has to be. He spent the entire time on a playground. There's got to be some kind of like, I know there's no scripture on playgrounds, but there's got to be some
Right.
There's got to be some sort of symbolism in it. Like,
Just getting a new shot.
we're
I
all
mean,
children of God, and I'm in my playground.
It looks like scenic, you know what I mean? Let's
I
get
guess
this
so.
angle right here.
He's too big for the slide, though, son.
No, I don't know how he got up there. I want to see that part.
Too
Did he
big
go up the
for
slide?
that
What are we saying? He went up the slide or did he
got
go
that-
in and then
He got that part. He went across the Rainbow Bridge here.
he's on the edge though. Any sudden movement, he's going right
He's
back
gone,
down, dude.
son. Look at this thing behind him. What is this? Freaking Dolly Splash Country.
What
or
would you
something.
do if the next cut he's like in the bottom of it, like head out, facing legs in there, dude?
There better not be a freaking feet twirl cut. There better not be one of these. I swear to God.
Paul's letting us know right here, we shouldn't be saying dirty jokes or sexual innuendos or anything like that. And if you've been a subscriber for me long enough, you know.
He's over here.
That's-
Yeah, bro, I already freaking 5 minutes into this video, Paul's about to take me out. Peter, Paul, and everybody else, dude. All the disciples coming for me now, dog. I talked about the mouse's ear a second ago, bro. I'm done for. I gotta repent at this point. Jesus.
All I would do would just make sus or sexual jokes.
What you guys do?
Oh, we're doing Pornhub right now.
Who?
Pornhub.
Oh, fuck. I'm putting me on a Pornhub, would you? You got some hot ladies?
Huh? No, dudes.
Oh, fuck.
Bro, why are you arching like that? What the hell? You gotta arch your back. Bro, why are you arch your back? It's an arm movement. What the
Hold on to me tight. Say buy NLE's new album on 3. I'm gonna meet Guzzler my whole life, so.
But again, you see us cracking up
Yeah.
because of course it was funny. Like
Right,
it
right, right.
is. I know that Jidion is
Those
going.
those
in
were
a different
those
direction.
seem harmless. Those were harmless, right? It wasn't like we're laughing because like
It wasn't
woman
laughing
lost a
at.
job.
We're laughing at Jidion. We're not laughing
Right,
at a
right.
person, who is the subject of his mischief. Right? We're laughing because
Right,
he's
right, right.
he's entertaining. He's an entertaining dude.
That was funny.
Instead of gobbling meat, I want to gobble, some eggplants and stuff.
Yeah, when you put it that way, I know exactly what you mean.
Why did he put it in the video? Is my
I know. Cut
Because
it
it
just
just-
hard back.
I know
Hard
because
cut
then
back.
it's like people are like, "No, we want to see this again."
Everyone watching goes, "Oh, I remember that one." Dude, that was
It's like it gives you those feel good vibes.
then you
Probably
come back
just-
here and you go, "Okay, what's next?"
Back to the fucking slide, I guess. But it is what it is, man. I get what he's doing. I understand.
Hinting at homosexuality.
Leave the store now.
Like, we can kiss, like, I'm down.
Dude, stop filming now.
Bro, I'm down.
This is what he's talking
See,
about, though.
that-
This right here
I
is what
was
he's
just
talking
gonna say,
about.
this is
Yeah.
an example. Now it's not lighthearted.
No.
Now
This guy's
he's
upset.
taking a piss on somebody who's working, and now they're having a hard time. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if he's taking a piss on him, but I get what you're saying. I don't know if he's doing that. Usually you take the piss out of him. But I don't know if he
said.
I don't know if
He's
he
taking the
pissed
piss
on him.
out of him.
Oh,
That's what I said.
He said he was pissing on him.
I didn't say he's taking a piss on him. I said he's taking a piss out of him, dude. What the heck?
Sorry,
These are
keep
one of your
going.
sayings. dude.
Sorry.
I'm trying to,
No,
I'm trying to
my
use saying
saying.
you'd understand. You know what I'm saying? This man's talking about some R. Kelly stuff, dude. I don't know what you. He's next.
Sorry.
Oh.
Keep
Oh,
going, but
man.
you're right. This was the reason that he stopped
What is
doing
this
this
shirt,
stuff.
by the way? He sold this shirt.
Homosexual. It's not sus. He's the homie.
See, now I get it. Because he was going overboard. This is
Call
too
League City
much.
Police, please.
It's not gay, it's homosexual.
And I would make merch promoting fornication
See-
and
see,
unprotected
now
sex.
You're being a jerk. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
He's doing that on purpose. right?
Clearly,
He's-
somebody's upset, and you're just ignoring it and just going.
But
for it,
again, like he said, internet culture, we would sit and laugh at that, not understanding that.
yeah.
He
I
probably
if I
just
saw
ruined
that,
that
I'd
guy's-
be like, okay, bro. Like if I especially if I knew him, or if like I'll give you an example. If I was there, I'd be like, yo,
Oh
come
yeah,
on.
in person, it's like, yeah, bro.
You
what
know
are
what I'm
doing?
saying?
Come on, dog.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm like, I wouldn't. When someone is actually upset, and you're like, and if they have good reason to, like someone's working, like
yeah,
bro,
you're
I'm
working. He's doing his job, a job he probably doesn't want to be doing, and he's just trying to get through his day. And you've ruined that part of the thing that
Yeah,
he
you
always
ruined his
wants to
day
get-
for somebody else's entertainment.
exactly.
That's when we go too far.
Kids always run up to me to this day, still. Just the other day, I had a kid come up to me. Couldn't have been more than 13, 14 years old, telling me, oh, I'm a professional raw dogger. Oh, I'm a professional raw dogger.
Yeah.
And now with these new
I
set
didn't
of
even know that.
eyes,
That's crazy.
I just know as an influencer, I felt this generation horribly, I did not contribute.
It's a good point, man. It's a good
Yeah.
point because we're 30-year-olds. We can sit there as older people, and to be fair, I haven't seen all of Jidion's content, but most of the time, I think he's talking to adults when he's saying stuff like this. Like, I don't think he's talking to like a 7-year-old or a 13-year-old.
No,
saying
no,
it.
he's not. Yeah,
But
he's not.
those aren't the people watching his content.
Right.
So the example he is showing the world, even if it is lighthearted fun, like we said, it's comedian stuff. He's talking to other adults. We as adults can laugh at that because it's something that we could watch and get the humor of it, but also know that we're not going to show our kids that.
Yeah.
But the kids are watching it, and
Yeah.
they're walking up to it.
And then you hear it, and you're like, "This is my influence."
That's the same thing that happened with Sneeko.
Yep.
And Sneeko went, "What?" It's a realization, and again, you have to respect Jidion. He's the first guy to realize it, and then go, oh no. And it's
it's all
trying
fun,
to change.
It's all fun and games until.
Yeah.
Like, my bread and butter was provoking people. Like, I was so good at it. I knew how to press people's buttons.
You're getting up behind that line. You're bugging me when I'm drawn. I've told you 2 times to get out of here. You think you're funny. You're about as funny as a brain tumor. So get out of here, dude.
Dang.
I've told you like 4 times.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, see.
The guy had bars for him too, though. Said you're as funny as a
Facts.
brain tumor. Bars.
This is what happened because he's pushing it, and
He knows he's pushing it. He's doing it on
Yep.
purpose. And look at these
And
people. Look at the people he's affecting. Not just the artist, but these people just want to have their picture drawn.
facts, and he's just ruining the day.
Yep. And now you got people looking over here, and it's an embarrassing thing. And I get it, man. I get it.
Get off that chair. This is a place of business. This is not your chair. If you don't get out of here right now, you're really gonna regret it, man.
You see the,
All
you
right,
see the
you
guy?
go behind
Yeah.
this room. If you don't get
Look
out
at the
of
guy here.
here
He's
right
like, look,
now,
they got the cameras and the whole thing. You know, it's.
you're really gonna regret it, man. All
Here,
right,
I'll get out
you
your
go
way.
behind this room again, and they'll fuck you up, dude, right? Dude, I have told you, if you touch that paper again,
I just want to slice the
mess you up,
paper.
all right? I'll mess you up. Get out of here right now. I've told you 4 or 5 times. Stop touching the desk. Stop touching the paper.
That's the stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's the stuff. And when you see it back to back like that, this is, probably the reason he put the other stuff in. But when you see it back to back like that, it's not as funny.
No. Like,
You know
I've
how-
never even seen this stuff.
Well, you know how like when you tell a joke in the moment, or when you do something in the moment, it's really funny. But when you see it in a broader context and you see it over and over and over, it starts to get a little bit
Well,
more.
no one's laughing in the videos except that he's assuming the viewers are.
And they were. They absolutely
Right.
were.
Yeah.
But again,
it's like
in a vacuum.
it's like mob mentality laughing though. It's not like really
Nah,
like that
I mean,
situation there. Like
Yeah, there's nothing funny about it.
there's nothing funny about it. But like it's like it's more like it's just like
Shock factor.
because he shock factor. He's doing something and it's like Jidion, oh my god, what is he doing?
Nobody else is gonna do that. Yeah.
And then it's like if no one else is talking like that, you wouldn't talk like that. If everyone's like, what the hell?
And
you
if
would be
you're
like,
in
what is he
person,
doing?
like you said a second ago, you're not the one pointing and laughing. You're being like that guy. That's kind of.
you're like, how do I get out of here?
Yeah,
I don't know
is a
this
little
guy.
Weird. What's going on with this?
Yeah.
Dude?
When you provoke people and when you get people out of their element, when you get people in a spirit of rage, it gets views. And
Controversy creates cash.
Facts.
That's why. That's why. It is the rule of thumb in almost every entertainment business, right? I'm a pro wrestling head. You know this. I'm a mark.
Yep.
The most controversial moments in wrestling are the most intriguing.
Yeah, and it's nice to be the viewer, but when you're the one curating all that controversy, that's where it's tough.
Yep. Because, I mean, shoot, we've talked about it with how many content creators. We talked about it. The most notable one we always talk about is Logan Paul,
Yep.
the king of controversy.
Yeah.
I mean, he took it to a level. You could say this. Jidion realized where this was going for him. Like in a vacuum, it all looked fun. It all looked lighthearted. It all looked like, professional raw dog or whatever. I don't know that if this would have been, I'm sure, other people, ourselves included, we could have been like, okay, you could taper it down, right? He went full cold turkey, but you could see where this could have gotten out of hand to a very, very extreme degree.
Oh yeah, this was not headed in the right direction.
You know what I
Actually,
mean?
shout out to brother Josh coming through clutch.
That's a life turner right there, life changer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can say all you want about how you're going to miss Jidion, but probably, not even probably, 100% for the better for him, right? For his impact on the world.
100%. 100%.
You might be sad that you're losing your favorite creator, but for him, the person, I don't see how you can be upset at him for this. This is by far doing way less, quote
if
unquote.
you are, then you were the ones like laughing at those videos where people like you thought that was funny, and you shouldn't have been. So the fact that he's doing this is probably a good thing.
And this should be a teachable, like, again, we can sit up here in our soapbox all day, but this should be a teachable moment for those kids. If you go back and watch it and
100.
you still think that it was right or that, those things, like, again, we had our laughs at some of that stuff because it's funny. But you have to
Yeah,
see
but
in
not
those clips.
Not like when the dude's pissed.
Yeah, you have to see
I
in
thought it
those
was like
clips.
some of the funny stuff he said. Like, yeah, when it seemed like funny and lighthearted in the person.
Right.
But anytime someone else is getting pissed, I'm like, that's not funny. Cause
No.
you'd be those who think it's funny. Like, that's your mom. That's your dad.
That's what I was
You
gonna
think
say.
that'd be
Put
cool?
yourself in that position. It's not as fun.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
What's up, y'all?
We can take a picture?
Yeah, of course, man.
That's crazy. You know, sometimes, Sensei, in life, you get signs. You know? My mom was telling me a story earlier. She came over for dinner. She was like, yo, I'm canceling Christmas this year. I was like, why? She's like, all my stuff from your childhood, I pull it out and put it out, you know, decorate the house, and it's getting broken. The dog is knocking things over. Bo is still over there. He knocked over the Santa. He knocked over the little rocking chair from when you were a kid. She goes, and she was getting emotional. She was like, those things to me represent your past and our family's past. And I don't want to see them broken. She goes, that's important. That's what our history is. I was like, Mom, I hope you don't think that for me or our brother Tyler, whoever.
Yep.
Our past is spending time with you. That's what our Christmas, that's what our holidays are.
Yep.
I say all that because right now, Jidion is living his past in real time. He's recording his future and moving on in real time, but confronting him is his past. They don't know that. Those are just random fans of his. But this interaction and the reason he's smiling about it is probably him understanding that this is the very thing that he's going to have to confront over and over again.
Yep.
It's crazy how that stuff works, man.
What you doing over here?
Making my last video.
Last?
My last one.
For real? Yo.
God bless.
That.
Of course.
Appreciate it. Stay safe.
Y'all too. Y'all too.
See that, man?
Yep.
That right there is exactly what I thought.
Yep.
How tough that was for him. Not just because, he's moving past it, and it's probably a joyful thing to him as well. He's probably going to explain that, but also the emotion of having to do this and, like I said, confront all those things that he probably sees in those kids. Those kids look up to him for reasons he doesn't want to be affiliated with at all.
Yeah, and he's like, damn.
He's like, what did I do? And to people that are watching this, it's probably not that deep, but to him, it absolutely is.
Yeah, dude.
His impact on those kids.
All of the comments, all of the DMs of, like, thinking back of all the views that you got and all the people that you hurt. Like, it's just, those are just reminders of all those feelings when you see something like that, when you run into fans of, like, with the thing that you created, and you're like, damn.
We started this video not knowing it'd be this deep for him. And how the compounding efforts of all those things come together for something like that. And you couldn't even plan how that happened, but it's crazy to watch.
You will be better off to go into life crippled or lame than to have 2 hands or 2 feet and be thrown into fire that never goes out. If your eye causes you to sin, poke it out and get rid of it. You will be better off to go into life with only 1 eye than to have 2 eyes and be thrown into the fires of hell. So Christ isn't being literal here when he's telling us to chop off our arm.
I thank God he said that, because there's a lot of people that do take the Bible literally in this case.
Yeah,
and again,
yeah,
this is what we talked about earlier, right? How
But also, there's disagreement about that.
that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of
in
people.
its own religion.
Even
Some people
in,
who are Christian,
in Baptist,
who believe they're 100% Christian, go, no, he means it.
That's what I'm saying. An Orthodox Baptist will be like, no, bro, we out here cutting off arms and legs, dude.
Yeah, we about that.
You look at a fat booty walking by and you married, we poking both eyes out, son. Hold that. That's what I'm saying. I think that Jidion's interpretation, at least in my opinion, is correct here.
Brother Josh came out and said, listen, Jidion, you going to hell, son. That's
unless you stop all this.
And Jidion was like,
yeah. And again, we're not here to push or practice religion on anybody in our comment section. We all have our own beliefs. It doesn't.
America. Listen, I don't want to get into it.
40% UK audience, but yes.
No, but you know why I say America?
I know.
America is everyone knows America for freedom, right?
Freedom, brother.
Yeah, but what does that mean? What does freedom mean? What is the birth of freedom? What is the freedom refers to one thing, freedom of religion.
Right.
That was the difference. And every other country that was a known civilization, you were not allowed to practice your religion freely.
Church
and also
state.
Correct. But it also means everyone knows they have the freedom of speech, which is like the main thing. Because when you live in a religious state, you do not have freedom of speech. You're not allowed, based off the religion you live in, you're not allowed to say whatever you want.
Right.
If you live in a religious state, you're not allowed to say whatever you want.
Right.
So freedom is the separation of church and state. Is you're allowed to practice your religion freely, personally and publicly.
Right.
And also, which allows you, in turn, the consequence of that is freedom of speech.
Yep.
Freedom of speech is impossible without the separation of church and state. So actually the separation, which is really confusing at times for people because we live in a Christian country or whatever.
Right.
You know, where people they want it to be less secular and they want more religion.
Ooh, okay, vocab
Right?
king. Talk about Webster's dictionary. Come on.
Right. You want it to be, less secular, more religious, or let's say more Christian in this country.
Less cyclical.
However, less cyclical. However, the very essence of being American,
brother,
is freedom, which is freedom of speech, which means freedom of religion at its base.
Damn right. Go America.
So,
no, I'm with you, man.
That's why I'm saying it doesn't. I'm not saying what.
Right. Yeah. That's we're giving you guys Jidion's.
That's why I say
here,
America.
Facts.
You're free to do.
Because
to
I'm
believe as you please.
free.
To answer the question, why did Jidion delete all his videos? I deleted it because of you. That's why I deleted it. I love you guys that much. Even though I haven't met all of you guys, even though I don't know all you guys, I love you that much. That's the reason why I deleted all my content. So that hopefully one day you can all repent and turn to our one Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So yeah, y'all. This is my last video.
But what you're seeing, okay, is a man who's at peace.
Fully.
And the reason he's at peace, okay, strip away for a moment the religious part, okay, because there's a really good takeaway regardless of the religious part, okay, is the man has developed a healthy relationship with empathy.
You always go right back to it, man.
Right back to it. He's developed a healthy relationship with empathy, which when you do that, okay, you become very present and you become very accountable with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to notice things for as they are, and you can be proud of yourself truly. You don't have to play the game of you don't got to justify all your behavior. You can actually be at peace with the life that you're living and don't have to make all these justifications for, well, I'm like this because, or I do this because, it's not that big of a deal. And, right, you have all these things that you have. And for him, obviously, religion is leading that way. But for everyone out there, the takeaway is that empathy and gratitude will bring you peace. And regardless of how you get there, that'll always be the right answer. There's never a time where it's like, oh, this person is not experiencing peace and their life is great.
Yeah.
It's not a thing, right? So it doesn't work that way. So regardless of how you get there, Jidion is doing that through his religious beliefs. But it's getting them there, which is so when you see that, that's the good thing.
That's the takeaway,
right? So and then again, when he talked about it, you hear him say, "Wow, he didn't have empathy for the other person on the other side."
Yep.
Right. That's what all it is. Right now, he's starting to appreciate his own life, appreciate the people around him. He's starting to empathize with their life, and it makes you feel better about your own life, and it makes you start to think about your decisions. And then when you make actually good decisions like this, when he's actually trying to empathize with those people and he's trying to show gratitude, now he gets to be filled with the bliss and peace.
Facts.
And now all the other crap is just secondary, and he gets to just lead life in a way. Again, through the religion is secondary to me. It's not really that. It's not the main focus here. It's not like you. Now he may think differently.
I was gonna say to him it is, but the message
like
he's sending to everyone. If you're gonna take something away from it, it's what you're saying.
It's universal.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, the message is universal there, regardless of the religious part, because you can achieve that without having to do it through that religion.
Yeah,
I think it's important that people, because I know people that they
bro, I grew up in it, and so sometimes for me, even when you go to church and you're not particularly religious, as I wasn't, right? But it's a family thing. You go to church, for as long as I can remember until I was 21, 22. Sometimes you get so turned off to the idea of hearing the same thing over and over and over. And again, this is just a personal anecdote for me. And so I know, this is not going to apply to everyone, but anecdotally in my case, being force-fed the word absolutely did what you're saying.
Yep.
But when I see something like this, it makes me more interested in going, you know what? Let me check my relationship with whatever I consider to be the higher deity or some higher power that I probably should check in with that I'm not doing as much in. Or let me check in on my empathy and gratitude, whatever shape that takes, if it's religion, if it's family, if it's friends, if it's just being a better person in my life. You know what I mean? This stuff is a way better reminder to me than, well, folks, today God said we'll turn to page 34. And it's like, I can't.
It's just,
And this is, by the way, this is where Jidion can affect change if he really is gonna, like, it's kind of, I don't know if he's going to stay on YouTube or not. I know he said, I'm done with these videos, but then he's like, I'm gonna make good content. He actually can affect change here, and not in a way that again, however you believe, whatever, but for his own beliefs, if he feels that is the right way to spread a message, if that is the right influence he wants to have on people. You've seen the religious videos he has already on his second channel. It's proving him right. To have a massive reach, you don't have to be the controversial whatever, right? Sure, it got him to the top, or it got him to the top of the mountain there, but like you said, he's at peace, and regardless what you think about the religious side, I think your takeaway was the best. Him being at peace with himself is based off whatever has led him back to empathy and gratitude.
Yeah, and it's amazing to see.
It really is
amazing to see someone who's starting to live peaceful.
I think a lot of people look at it in the guise of content creation and internet and money, which I've seen today a lot. I got on Twitter and I saw a lot of people posting about it and be like, "What fumbled the bag? How could you? Damn, we're losing Jidion."
So also, he already got a bag, so we got to relax there.
I was gonna say he's won the game.
Right.
If we're talking about bags, he won the game, which probably helps with the little bit of the peacefulness, but also
100%. Yep.
It does. But to act as if this is in any way bad because selfishly you're losing your favorite creator or selfishly you don't like religion.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like people are like, oh, he's getting
brainwashed
into doing this, and it's like, if you take all that away, you see a man
messaging
who wants to do better by people around him and wants to stop being a jerk.
Yeah,
we learned this in first grade. This is fantastic.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the good thing. We want to see somebody
as opposed to what like, if you're gonna say he's brainwashed, is not being brainwashed him going around and doing the things that we saw in this video for your entertainment? Is that the non-brainwashed thing to do? You know what I mean? Like, regardless of the religious side of it, he's trying to do better.
Yeah, which is great.
And you have to respect it. You have to
love it.
It's an amazing thing. And I when he first started talking about this, I hadn't seen this video, but when he first started talking about this, I know kind of growing up in a similar type of thing. He's from the South. I'm from the South. It's a Bible Belt thing. I just messaged him and I was like, hey man, whatever it is, you decide to do, I think it's really cool. I think it deserves a ton of respect. And I just hope to see you grow. And he was really cool about it, because him and I have always communicated. I've never met him in person, but him and I have always communicated over the phone. He's been such a sweet guy. Always. Like, anytime I've talked to him, just the sweetest dude ever, most humble guy you'll ever meet. And I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him,
man,
and I'm
dope.
happy that, like you said, the final takeaway, the comment section, you guys let us know, but the final takeaway here is the man's at peace. Whether you guys are going to miss Jidion, whether you think he's making a wrong choice, I'd encourage you to listen to the message in his words, not necessarily, if you don't want to listen to the scripture, the religious part of it, listen to what Sensei said as well, the empathy and the gratitude. Take something away from it, man.
Bro, it is right there smacking y'all in the face. The man was making bags, got everything, and it wasn't it.
Wasn't
people.
enough.
It wasn't enough. And then he gets rid of it so that he can lead a peaceful life, okay? One with accountability, one with some responsibility, one with some empathy and some compassion. And he's living his actions through that. And he's found some peace. And look at him. He's the happiest he's ever been. And even though he just got rid of all of his YouTube videos.
Can't say it any better than that. Comment section.
You guys can achieve that right now.
Right now. And it's not just you guys. It's all of us. It's me. It's everybody. You know, we all can take something away from that. So I hope you guys did. Let us know in the comment section down below. What happens with Jidion next? Is he going to stay on YouTube and create content that he wants to create now in his new walk of life, or is he going to just leave the scene entirely? We don't have those answers, but it seems like Jidion does. So, guess we'll find out.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.